All right, I came home and I didn't secure his door very well, and so the children's python got out and has been roaming this snake closet for at least 3 hours. I came home and Manny, my Nicaraguan boa, was sitting in his cage, in that Zoom Ed cage, sitting in there, and I was like, "You're not my children's python." So I can't find my little snake stick, so I got a stick that I have for my chameleon, and we're just gonna pull him out. Come on, buddy. Your adventure is over. Your free roam is over. If I put my hand under there right now, he would bite it. There's no arguing that. Maybe since I've touched him with a stick, he won't bite me. All right, come here, you little renegade. I'm telling you, if you watch the little children's python videos of people that are experienced with these snakes, that they all say that these things are extreme, go to the extreme to get away, to get out of cages and get away. They're little, like I said earlier, escape artists at what they do. They're really good at what they do. But he likes to get out and roam around. We're going to put him back in his cage, or hold him for maybe 20 minutes. God, it's one thing after another, man. And I'm going to break some news here. Very unfortunate news. Just tell it like it is. My cat that I rescued, maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. I'm a very poor judge in time. But it was 2 months old when I got my black cat. And he roams free in the neighborhood. He was a feral cat when he was 2 months old, from a baby to 2 months old, and I brought him inside. And I have a dog door, and my dog relies on going outside whenever my dog wants. So I have a dog door. The cat quickly learned about the dog door, and I can't close up the dog door and limit the time that my dog comes in and out. So I just realized, or I just came to the conclusion, that's going to be an indoor-outdoor cat, whatever he chooses. So the cat always goes out. The cat comes in all day, sleeps all day, drinks only out of the water tap. The faucet. I have to run the water for the cat. And the cat eats his food, and I fix him primo food. Bought him, designer cat food with some wet food, some tuna, always fish-related food, and mix him up that food, and he sleeps all day. And then at the nighttime or the evening time, he expects to go out and wants to go outside. And so when I don't let him out, when I have have apprehensions and I'm apprehensive about letting him out, every once in a while I just say, today's not the night that you're going out. I just don't feel good. And the other night on Friday, today is Monday, I didn't want to let him out. I felt something could go wrong or something would go bad, and he was sitting by the door giving me really loud meows, the meows that it's like, hey, I want to go out. Let me out now. Let me out now. And so I just said, I've had him for, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years, and I let him out. And every single day that cat comes home, every night that cat comes home and comes back, spends half its time outside and half its time inside. Well, I woke up in the middle of the night and the cat wasn't back. And I woke up again in the morning, early morning, the cat wasn't back. I immediately knew in my heart and in my soul that something had happened to him. And, I just knew it. I felt it. I knew it. And I played it easy, and I told my family, and my family was like, have faith, and just believe, and keep telling yourself, that he's going to come back. He's going to come back. And my neighbor, he's going to come back. And something happened to him. Always comes back. Always, 360 days out of the year, 360 days, he's sleeping on the couch or the bed or right next to me and sleeps for the whole day, and I have fun with him and play with him. He never came back, and he hasn't come back, and he hasn't come in to eat his food. He hasn't come back into the dog door, and it's been like 4 days. I know it, he's dead. Someone either saw him as a nuisance in my neighborhood and shot him, with a pellet gun. I mean, we have firearms go off. It's routinely, I mean, every neighbor and every person, we don't even acknowledge the gunshots that go off now. A 22 gunshot, a high powered pellet gunshot, hopefully, it was just quick and it happened really fast and Tiddy didn't suffer. But Tiddy got or hit by a car. But I've driven around. I've driven up at the alleys, up and down the alleys. I've driven up and down the streets on my motorcycle and gone slow. And I've gone out at night with a flashlight and looked for him. There's no dead cat bodies on the road. Just a very dangerous part of Dallas that I live in. And the only way to protect and give that cat a long life was to lock him inside and make him stay inside, and that just wasn't the type of cat that he was. And he was very lean because he was an outdoor and indoor cat. He went out, he hunted, he did a lot of things outside, and so he lived a really great life. And he just kind of used me as a place to come get a meal and a place to come feel secure and go to sleep and get some rubs, and then it was back outside. So Kitty is gone for the most part. Tiddy is I'm just kind of telling you now, Kitty's dead. Kitty's in a trash can somewhere, and it's very unfortunate. I'm terribly upset, but what can you do? I could just beat myself up and get very down and get depressed, but it's just it happened and I have to deal with it and just have to move forward. Luckily my dog stays in my yard, and that's the only way that I can protect my dog is keep my dog in my yard. If my dog got out all the time and roamed the neighborhood, my dog would likely die, get hit by a car, get picked up, get euthanized, get shot too. People just in different neighborhoods with different homes, they don't like seeing loose animals and they see them as a nuisance, and unfortunately they'll kill them on the spot. I talked to a neighbor, and the neighbor was like, it was really kind of eerie that what my neighbor said, and and I'm not gonna quote it for verbatim, but he was like, yeah, I think I've seen that cat and my cat, and I don't like that cat around my cat. And I've even seen a big cat in my yard one time that scratched my cat when he was only about 5 months old, and my cat got really, really sick, a cat scratch fever, and had to go to the vet, and was on his deathbed, and we got him back from that bad blood infection from the infection from that cat scratching him. So for a while there, I was like, if I see that cat again, I'm gonna shoot that cat. There you go. The person that shot the cat or injured or trapped the cat didn't know that it was my cat and wasn't doing it out of spite towards me, but just protecting their yard and protecting. I can't be angry at that. But again, that's my cat, and if I would have had a collar and a name tag, a big bright collar, but again, I don't think my cat liked having anything around its neck, and also too, a collar around its neck can be a liability. So that's very, very unfortunate. I mean, I kind of wish I had forced a collar on him and a name tag with a phone number, but you can't go back in time. So very, very sad situation. I neutered him. He was a male cat, very smallish male, and long and lanky, long tail, lightweight, very, very flexible, and very, very fast. So he wouldn't have gone up to anybody. No one could walk up and try to pick this cat up. He was very, very apprehensive outside at any noise. His head flicked, and he got down, and he was ready to run for his life. Or if an owl was coming down at him, it would be very hard for a big bird to come down and get him because he was so alert and so aware of everything. So I just don't think anybody just could have come up and, here, come here, kitty, picked him up and, taken him to the kennel and said, hey, this is, a stray cat, you got to do something with him. No one would have picked him up. No one would have been able to do that. So got hit by a car. You got trapped in a cage. He got trapped under someone's house, I don't know, or someone's garage, and they're not going to check it for a week, and he's going to die in their garage. Or he got shot. It's what it is. I mean, I'm terribly sad. I maybe don't seem like it, but I'm just trying to deal with it in a mature way. and I get sad about it. So yeah, that's it. At least I got my snakes and my lizards and my dog and my chameleon. Anyways, thanks for listening to me. Have a good night, good day. You know, protect your animals, keep them safe. All right, bye bye.